At Kroger, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we're dedicated to doing up to a 27-point inspection on our fruits and veggies, checking for things like scarring. In fact, only the best produce like zesty oranges and crisp carrots reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh, our higher standards mean fresher produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Save big on your favorites with the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And I was scrolling through Facebook, just perusing through old lives, old pictures and stuff like that. And it made me think I wanted to ask you, because it's two people who are, pursuing a dream and entertainment and all this kind of stuff. When do you think it's time to give up certain dreams? For example, I'm 31 years old. Mm-hmm. I went to high school with you and you were trying to be a rapper when we were 17 and you're still trying to be a rapper now.
Mm-hmm. So you saying at a certain age you should just
at some point when
what it is?
Yeah. Because these kids don't want to hear an old rapper. Like, if you're 31 and you've been rapping successfully since you were 20, that's different than I'm trying to blow at 31 years old.
A lot of things go into play, but I'll say maybe like almost hitting mid-30s. I think you should go ahead.
Mid-30s. So you're saying it's 31 is you can still pursue the dream?
Because all you need is one, and then I think if that one hits, you can kind of. It's kind of like getting your foot in the door. You can kind of go to.
You can set yourself up for that
side or something. Something.
Yeah,
else.
Yeah. Right for somebody
exactly.
else. Okay.
Yeah.
No. That was a very mature response, because I'm thinking like only front of camera success.
Yeah.
Like if your goal is to be, but that's the thing. Most people with those kind of dreams, their dream isn't like, I would love to write a song for Beyonce.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to be Beyonce, or I want to be 50 Cent or Post Malone.
Yeah, I think 28 is max. I think you should.
Yeah, because at some point you're too old. The kids buy music.
Yes.
So, and kids buy music, kids make people go viral on TikTok, any of that type of shit.
Yeah.
For like another thing that brought this on for me is when I was going through my friends, there's a girl that we used to work with who she is at least the same age as us.
Okay.
And she's now trying to like be a TikTok model with like do TikTok.
Got you.
TikTok content that's very geared to like, I'm a model, influencer, whatever the hell. And it's like, I just feel like sometimes you miss the boat.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because
especially when you're trying too hard.
Right. Because as you get older, you may not notice it, but like you used to be in tune, or what's the term I want to use? Hip with. Stuff you used to be hip with. You're out of the loop. You start to phase out. It just doesn't.
And you don't even know.
You don't even know.
So the kids are looking at this and like, this person's old. So,
yeah.
But you think you're doing the new hot shit, but it's not.
It's not. Because I've hung around, my brother-in-law, and he's like
young
20,
dude. Yeah.
Young dude, and like I've been around, like we family together, and his friends been there, and I hear some of the things they say, and I go, oh yeah, I don't
way out of the loop.
I don't even know.
Yeah, nothing like a 20-year-old to just make you feel old. I remember, I don't know if it was your brother-in-law, it was somebody we were hanging out with, and we said something like, yeah, the new Drake came out, and they were like, you guys listen to Drake still? I was like, is he not one of the biggest? I really was like. In my world, I'm like, man. Is he not one of the biggest guys?
Bro,
like,
the artist they listen to now, I go, who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
They're like, you don't listen to Lil Skeep Skeep? No. I'm like, nah, I've never heard of him. He's like, he's the biggest thing on TikTok. Everybody on Fortnite's listening to Lil Skeep Skeep. I'm like, I
have no idea what that is.
I don't know. And then you turn it on, it just sounds like I feel so old.
Yeah, man.
I was about to say something very old.
Yeah.
But it's true, though. I was like, all the music today sounds like the modem loading when you get on the internet, AOL dial-up internet.
Yeah.
All these guys, Yeet and Lil Peep and Lil Uzi and Playboy Cardi, it's all just like, and I'm like, and I don't like to feel like the 50-year-old dude, because the 50-year-old dudes used to come to me and be like, 50 cent, 25 cent, a nickel and a dime. What's this? Boobity, hoppity, skibbity. But I'm like, no, man, something is different.
Yeah, man.
These people aren't saying anything.
Yeah.
You can listen to Get Rich or Die Trying, and you might not, it might be a lot of cursing, but I know what he's saying, and I feel what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's a hard album.
Yeah,
These kids today, man, I don't know what Lil Uzi Vert's saying. Now, does it get me sometimes?
Yeah, of course.
That fucking I Just Want to Rock song?
Yeah.
He put something in that.
But
I don't know what he's talking about.
He
He's not saying anything. And these kids are like, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My point is, like, you can't compete with that at 31 years old, because you think you're trying to recreate 2 Chainz or Jay-Z or something that these kids don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
So like, we don't even, already you're out. And then even worse, don't try to fit in. Then you look nuts. You're trying to dress like a demon and put gel in your hair,
like
and you're 32.
You like a fool, man.
And you're trying to do auto-tune rap. It just is crazy.
It's a mess.
So that's what I mean is, eras change. And you can either try, and I think being genuine is the number one strategy.
Right.
Because again, the girl that we used to work with, if she was just like, hey guys, I'm waking up, going to Target, whatever, just living her life, as opposed to trying to follow a blueprint of, I'm a social media influencer model girl.
Right.
If you're being genuine and you want to try to, be on social media that way, great. I hope you go viral.
Yeah.
But when you're doing the like, being my boyfriend on the beach, or me doing a fitness thing, or just things that you go, this is the template of any Instagram model doing content. And now you're deciding that you want to do that.
Yeah.
Just be genuine. If you're a rapper and you're like, I love rapping.
Making music. Yeah.
I love rapping over beats, and that's just what I love to do. But if you're like, how do I, like you just said, I'm 32 years old and I want to catch one. Yeah. So you come on, you're like, put the pizza sauce on the sandwich, put the pizza sauce on the sandwich. And they're like, it just, it's not genuine.
Pizza sauce.
I might have caught one just now. Hold on.
No, please don't.
No, I might have. Hold up though.
That's crazy.
But that's besides the point. I'm just saying, like, you gotta know when to hang it up. Yeah, thankfully, we do podcasting, and you can do podcasting as long as you want to. You can get as old as you want to in this. It's a graceful medium. You don't have to try to front or pretend for anybody to do this. I don't know, man. I think that when it's time to hang it up, it's time to hang it up.
It's time to hang it up, man. Yeah. Go ahead and hang it up. Go start a family or something. I don't know. It's like,
just have a kid.
Yeah, go have a kid. Start a family. I mean, like, be an adult, maybe.
I don't want anybody coming and
suck it up.
I don't need anybody in my messages like, yo, check out my mix. No, man. Yeah. No. I have to go to work. Right. And you should have to go to work too. You shouldn't have time to be making mixtape. I don't have time for it, bro. Don't let people disrupt your peace. People messaging you like, hey man, I know we went to high school together. You should go follow my YouTube channel. No, I don't want to.
No.
And I don't think that at a point, all that support people and all that shit, it sounds good.
Yeah.
But don't support me if my shit is trash.
Hang it up.
Hang it the fuck up. Get a hanger out of the closet, scoop that neck into that hanger, and put it away. And don't ever pull it back out. It's not for winter. Put it away forever. Put it in a bin, slide under your bed. It's over with. UPS is hiring.
Yeah, obvious, we got a problem here. And it's more than just Alvin streaming Punisher. When life begins to suck, who's reporting it? Luckily, you got your friends who you won't forget. Coming live, Alvin and Fran on survival. Laughing non-stop, case drops on a cycle. Louder than intrusive thoughts off an iPhone. How they make the world seem bright with the lights off. AFs, it might as well stay up. Lies being told like that dinosaur BS. Magnifying glass to the ground if they don't see us. Having the time, roasting your favorite pizza. Bougie ain't an option, it's the way. Take it to the grave, add moving to the place. You already know when they take the case. Laugh the pain away, it's Affirmative Murder.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Affirmative Murder, the equal opportunity true crime comedy podcast. I'm Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Fran and Alvin.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, man, I'm the mailman. Can't you tell, man? Gon' post to it.
What up?
And before we get started, I want because there's only one thing I want to talk about with you briefly. But just to reiterate what we were talking about at the beginning there. Listen, because I know it goes against some of the messages we give sometimes. Listen, if you have a dream in your heart, you should pursue it.
Yes.
But also, if it's not a dream and you just are looking to do something because you don't want to work somewhere, like I think we live in the generation of, oh, I don't want to go be like this job. I'm going to become a DJ. Yeah. Like you're trying to just do something that is not a real job so you don't have to get a real job.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. If it's a passion of yours and you feel compelled to do it, start the podcast, start the YouTube channel, be a rapper. 35, be a rapper. But if you're doing it because I'm going to quit my job, I want to live the life of Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Don't do it that
30,
way.
That's not
it's just not going to happen, bro. You watch it. I know sometimes Lil Dicky makes it look good. You watch Dave, you go, this guy just looks like a regular guy. Look, no, he's a brilliant dude. Yeah. Like it's just like you can't just be like, well, I'm white, he's white, I'm Jewish, he's Jewish. Like I can do no. That guy's brilliant. Some people are special, and that's okay. And you don't have to be special to enjoy your hobby, but let it just be a hobby. You put it out. Don't be, just enjoy it. Have fun. Do it for the love of it, and that's fine. Speaking of for the love of it, Fran, there's been a whirlwind of controversy. I have my mixed thoughts. They've gone all over the place, but. Women's college basketball, LSU versus Iowa.
We get into it?
Yeah. We're getting right into it. Right. First of all, I want to give a big congratulations to both teams. They played great. They played their hearts out. They both have amazing seasons. It's been a wonderful year for women's basketball in general. The numbers have been incredible. Most viewed tournament of women's basketball history. A lot of star power in this tournament. Caitlin Clark's a superstar. Angel Reese, a lot of the other players on the LSU team, great. Angel Reese and the LSU Tigers, right? Blew out Iowa and led by Caitlin Clark, who in that game, she took the women's college scoring record from Cheryl Swoop, I believe. Swoops. She's the leading, so she's a star. Caitlin Clark is a star. I want to give my flowers to Caitlin Clark as well because she got caught up in this whirlwind and it didn't have anything to do with Caitlin Clark. She was a class act. Before I get into what happened, but she was a class act throughout everything, all the controversy. This was not led by her. She never said anything about anything that happened. She's been nothing but graceful. She even followed up after a week later and was like, it was great. They did what they were supposed to do. They won. They're the champions. They get to talk shit. What happened was Caitlin Clark, in sports, we see this a lot, Fran, as people who watch sports. I think a lot of times the American media gloms on to the narrative of the Great White Hope, where if a basketball player or a football player who is in a predominantly black sport is good, not even necessarily great, don't let them be great.
Oh yeah,
they become just gritty, hard nosed, hard worker, fun to watch. Like it's like a miracle story. The point is, Caitlin Clark has been somebody who's been on fire, fantastic last couple of years, and is braggadocious and rambunctious and talks a little bit of shit, does the Tony Yayo. We're going to give it the proper due, obviously. Shout out to John Cena, but Tony Yayo invented the
Don't nobody know it was Tony Yayo.
Well, he still made it, though.
But don't nobody know it.
But he invented it. You still got to pay. Listen, if you don't tell the stories, man, everybody's going to let you think that Elvis Presley invented rock and roll. And that's not the case, okay? So you can't just wait. Oh, no, it doesn't matter if Tony Yayo invented it. People know because John Cena. No, but it matters that Tony Yayo invented it.
Who's the most famous one?
It doesn't matter.
But that's why, though. Who's the most known person?
He can't do it if Tony Yayo doesn't do it. We're getting into semantics.
I'm just saying.
The point is, Caitlin Clark does the John Cena, Tony Yayo, whoever celebrations. she's a fun player to watch. Yeah. And Angel Reese from the LSU Tigers, as they were winning by like 20 points, I guess she took some of that stuff personally, and I think a lot of it has to do with, I don't know if she said this. I would, love to hear her own words, but the idea that nobody picked LSU to win. They're this great team. Caitlin Clark got all this attention, and she was very showboaty about it. So it's like, oh, nobody picked us. We're winning by 20. We're going to win the championship. I'm going to go over to her and I'm going to do her celebration to her, which I've seen done in sports before. People talk trash. That's what happens. So. At the very least, if people would have gone, oh, come on, I would have understood. What proceeded after this was to this 20-year-old girl who's in college, just won a national championship. Beautiful moment. People were calling her disgusting pieces of shit, fucking dumbass, just horrible vitriolic language that didn't need to be used in a basketball game. It super crossed the line. And I think a lot of it was because they saw this ghetto black girl, whatever they want to paint on her, and this great shining Caitlin Clark, whatever, and it broke a lot of people's brains, I think. And they came and they jumped out on the ledge and said a lot of dumb shit. When Caitlin Clark was doing it, it was fun, and she's the queen of the clap back and all this stuff. And I just don't like how the media handled that situation.
Yeah, man. I mean, everything you just said, I 100% agree with. But what happened was. So it was like when she did it. So what happened was she did it the game before. If anybody doesn't know, she did it the game before. Caitlin Clark did it the game before the championship game to another team when they won. So when they play LSU, they played their game, and before the game, the whole thing everybody was saying that this is going to be a very intense game.
Yeah,
right? These two are going to talk trash. And I don't remember the other girl's name from LSU. What's her name? I know she's from Baltimore, but I just don't
Angel
remember.
Reese.
Angel Reese.
Yeah.
But they was like, this is also what she does too. She from Baltimore. If you're from Baltimore, you play basketball, it's talking trash, and you back it up
for sure.
So that's what she did, and her coming to a game and talking trash was nothing new. But both of them were known for doing that, and then they was in one game at a championship game, and then one lost, and the other one won. Yeah. And then I beat you, so I'm gonna let it run.
Are you a proponent of to the victor goes the spoils? Because I am.
Yeah.
If I win, I'm not. You can choose to be humble and shake everybody's hand or whatever, but you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah, I mean,
we won.
Yeah, you do it.
I mean,
I don't like it.
Are you saying?
Yes, you, Alvin Williams. Yes, you do it.
I didn't.
You can gloss over that if you want.
I would. I would disagree.
Sure.
I would disagree to a point. I like the win. It's a good feeling.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm humble in victory. I wouldn't say I'm like I don't cross the line.
You do though.
No. Here's what you don't like.
No.
Here's what you don't like. And if Angel Reese would have done this, I would have thought it was like funny and nice and whatever. Hers was more intense. I'm not an intense winner. What I do is I get emotional. And
but it's not real though.
Yeah, but that's the fun for me to be like, man, they counted us out, that kind of stuff. No, nobody believed in us. Right. I like to do stuff like that. I'm not like in your fucking face. I'm not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not me.
Yeah.
But my point is, if I was like that, to the victor goes the spoils.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't like it, beat me. I think that's fine in competition, and I think anybody who is a competitor knows that. And they know that at the end of the day, we're going to shake hands. We went out there and battled and all that stuff. Like after the emotions die down, we're going to come into the table and I'm going to go, Caitlin Clark, you're a phenomenal player. Great competition, great game, great season. Exactly. Yeah. But in this moment right now, ring. Put the ring on. Yes. Ring me up.
We won.
Put the ring on my finger. You can't see me.
Yeah. It's just whenever the person, when their skin is black, it's magnified, it's super loud 100 times.
But it's magnified by the media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what gets everybody riled up, though. When
this was a cut and dry case of that,
right? But when it gets everybody, but you can see it on social media when people are saying these. Like I know social media, I know the media will take this and they'll blow it up. But I mean, they're not getting it from it nowhere.
No, it's not. It's not coming from nowhere. Obviously,
another thing that made me mad was now I just had this conversation with Steph when the whole thing. So Joe Biden invited Ellis. Championship team goes to the White House
for sure.
They invited both teams to the White House.
Yes,
that's not what is. That's what
that never happened.
That never happened.
They're trying to put out this. That's not a big deal. They're making it a big deal. Yeah. The idea that you would even go, we're gonna have you guys both come and shake hands, but that's never happened. Yeah. There's been contentious rivalries and championship games and all kind of sports, and one of the team wins and they go. And the thing I say, the part the media blew this up so much is that Caitlin Clark is like, I wouldn't even go. Yeah. Like why would I want to go?
Because it wouldn't happen if it was the other way.
Exactly. If I'll tell you like this, and this is another part how the media and just America in general can make black people feel crazy. Because Angel Reese, it's been about a week or so since the championship game, but the couple of days after that, she handled it great. I mean, she was great on Twitter and like the way she was, defending herself and just being unapologetically black and a black girl with like a weave in her hair and being like, we go out there and they're saying this and that about us and whatever. I think a lot of that was taken out on Caitlin Clark. Yeah. I think a lot of like the media narratives and her anger about how they were being covered, kind of Caitlin Clark took the brunt of that, but it was still real. But they were still dogging them out.
Right, but it made it seem like they was defending Caitlin Clark though. Like
exactly.
We fighting this fight for her.
Exactly. And my point is that I'm sure at some point in the locker room over DMs, text messages with her team, she went, if that team full of mostly white women who were listening to Taylor Swift in their locker room before the games and we're listening to Boosie in our games, if they would have won and Caitlin Clark would have did any of the type of hand in my face, her thing, the announcers would have been like, oh, here she go. Yep. It's crazy. Yep. But that's hypothetical and crazy, and we're making up scenarios, and you can't deal in things that are negative and not real. You can't prove a negative, but that's how it feels. Yeah. When you go, well, if this person was this color, it wouldn't have gone that way, and that makes us sound crazy. Yeah. And so I'm sure Angel Reese had those moments where she goes, if Iowa would have won this game, we wouldn't have got invited to the White House.
No, I don't want to go.
And Caitlin Clark, if she would have did any kind of her thing, people would have been like, man, she's like Conor McGregor. Yep. It's the same thing. It's like Conor McGregor is Floyd Mayweather. Mm-hmm. But because his fan base is mostly white, they love that Conor McGregor talks shit. It's something about a white athlete with some swagger that just does something to the media. Yeah. The doors open up. They get opportunities. Gronkowski, Travis Kelce. Yeah. These guys, they just like, I don't know. It's like, man, this sport's like mostly black people, but this white guy's really good at it.
Yeah. That's how you become a logo. But we're not going to get into that, though.
Yeah.
We're not going to get it.
60, 70 years, Jerry West been the logo. I'll tell you like this. I would love to see him and Chris Paul play a game of one-on-one. And that's not even the trump card.
No.
Chris Paul's great, but like, it's not. There's some guys I'm like, they would cook this dude. Man. But that's great. He's the logo, and he can be the logo for as long as he wants to be.
No, that's never changing, ever.
But anyway, yeah, it's just some thoughts, man. I really didn't like how the media handled a lot of that, and I just wanted to give a congratulations to LSU for a great game, and shout out to Caitlin Clark, who's going to go on and make a lot of money playing basketball. She's going to be the face of the WNBA in the next couple of years. So shout out to her and her teammates, and a hard fought game. And I don't like those kind of narratives dividing people. And this one came and bit the media in its own ass at how out of hand it got. Yep. But it was due to the media making this narrative of them versus them and this versus that. And, we love her talking shit. And then as soon as it happened to her, it's like, how dare she attack her that way and stalk her and walk around the court. And it was like, come on, man, this is sports. We got to keep it pure. Like, we got to keep the sports pure. Don't bring those narratives into this and taint good trash talking. I mean, like, that was good for the WNBA. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, that type of stuff is what makes people want to watch. Rivalries and intensity. They did the same. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. It's the same formula. Black and white. It was black and white, and, that was the media again. Yep. It didn't get, well, I don't know, it probably did get a little out of hand, in Boston especially.
Oh, yeah. They still, I mean, like.
Yeah, look, we don't need to, hey, man, we don't got to get into Boston. We don't have any Patreon shout outs this week, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into some fucked up shit. So stick around. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by ZocDoc. You're extremely unlikely to find quality medical advice in your group chat or any random TikTok rabbit hole you happen to stumble down. But you can find it from a doctor on ZocDoc. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. That's right, folks, you heard me. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Just go to ZocDoc.com/AMP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/AMP. Put that all together, that's ZocDoc.com/AMP.
At Kroger, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we're dedicated to doing up to a 27-point inspection on our fruits and veggies, checking for things like scarring. In fact, only the best produce like zesty oranges and crisp carrots reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh, our higher standards mean fresher produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Save big on your favorites with the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All right, welcome back. Should we say what we gonna do for this episode?
Yes, for this episode, we are trying out a new format where we're going to be doing one story this week. Me and Fran also discussed the idea of maybe going forward, we might even do like a collab effort on stories where we both just tackle one longer form story. And so we're gonna give it a try this week with Fran being the only person telling the story this week. So boom.
Yeah, so my affirmative murder this week is about the story of Norman Roy and John Francis Roche.
Okay, fancy names.
Roy was born on September 6, 1935. When he was an 8-year-old orphan, both of his parents died of unspecified causes. Afterwards, he and his sister were raised by his grandmother. Mm-hmm. Around his junior year of high school, Roy began a habit of committing petty crimes, which eventually landed him in a state reformatory in November of 1951. During his incarceration, he began to become interested in baseball. So, he did a little bit of time
on the yard.
He came out, and then he kind of, I guess that's when you kind of like find, even hobby. If he was already into baseball, it's like.
Yeah, but if all you can do every day is play baseball, you're going to get an interest in it out on the yard.
But they don't.
Playing jail baseball?
I know they don't do that now, though. They don't do baseball.
Well, this is the 30s. You never seen Life? They were playing baseball in Life.
Yeah, then. I'm talking about now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't think.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing in there. Longest yard. They're playing
basketball. They're not making no damn bad. Hey, I love longest yard, but they're not having a fucking football team.
You don't know that.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Like jailhouse leagues? Hey, man, let's get jailhouse correspondent. Reach out. Let us know what sports, what kind of extracurriculars are they letting you do in. If I can get a degree, you can let me play some fucking pigskin, throw a pigskin around. If I can get a culinary arts degree, you can let me play.
You can get that in jail?
Yeah.
Can you? Mm-hmm. And it'd be a legit one when you come out. Like
I mean, they could be legit. I don't know. I don't think Gordon Ramsay is going to take a chance on hiring you because he's got to run your background check. So it depends on what you did to get you in prison. But
they were like some jailhouse cuisines.
Oh yeah, man. You never seen people make like man, the things they take 2 honey buns and a pack of ramen noodles and make wonders with it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't come home eating.
Still doing that? No. That's incredible. That's crazy. But that same ingenuity, you take it to a fridge where you're like, you got this little bit of spinach, some icing from a cake, and you whip up something amazing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I mean, I guess. But, man,
My point is you should be able to play baseball and football.
I get that. But, I mean, like, you brought up the longest yard. I'm like, they don't have leagues.
I know they're not playing other prisons. I'm just saying a weekly football game. You know what I mean? Touch football. I'm not saying it's San Quentin versus Jessup football. You know,
that's crazy.
No, come on. Traveling. No.
Yeah, because we went on our little honeymoon when we went to Philly, we went to that prison that was there. And, you know, you got to go there, by the way.
Yeah,
phenomenal. I love it. But they show like, you know, you can hear like sounds like of them, and like you can read they were playing baseball was a thing they played. But I'm like,
not today.
They don't do that now.
Yeah,
like,
they're too busy making license
plates. Play basketball. They got basketball hoops.
Yeah.
So, but he got interested in baseball, and after his release, he successfully made it to his high school baseball's team. He even said he aspired to one day make it into the major leagues. Okay. So I mean, he had big dreams.
Mm-hmm. And he got a little bit of grit on him from being in like a boys' camp or whatever, you know. So he's tough.
If Deion Sanders was a baseball coach, boom.
Oh, he would take him.
This is his guy. Mm-hmm. Roy would state that around this time he began to commit purse snatches and thefts from parked trucks in New York City.
After getting out.
Okay. Yep. So on January 2nd of 1954, Roy was prowling through an apartment complex in Harlem when he began stalking Margaret Branch, who was 40 years old, who was walking home alone. Roy waited until Branch was nearing her room when he attacked her. He choked and robbed her and then carried her to the 5th floor and raped her. Afterwards, he strangled her to death with one of her Christmas stockings. Over 4 months later, on May 28th, Roy found himself inside a subway station when he began stalking 25-year-old Kathleen Stewart through the station all the way back to her Harlem River apartment. Once there, he confronted and threatened her, claiming that he had a knife, even though he didn't. He forced her into the parking lot and raped her twice, and then tied her hands behind her back and strangled her to death. On June 7th, 1954, Roy attacked 66-year-old Isadora Gomez as she entered her apartment building. I mean, she's not 66, not elderly, but I mean,
older.
Yeah, still a mismatch. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Roy threw a noose around her neck.
Oh God!
And demanded money. And Gomez handed over 5 pennies, but not feeling satisfied, Roy tightened the noose, resulting in Gomez dying of asphyxiation.
Jesus Christ!
With the 5 pennies that Gomez gave him, or he stole.
Yeah.
Roy bought a box of crackers. He later ate the crackers while observing police examining Gomez's body. So he goes,
runs to the store,
gets some snacks,
comes back to the crime scene,
is just eating. Detectives took notice of Roy spying on them and arrested him. Now, I don't know if he was like, he's like the first one there.
Shit-eating grin on his face. Oh, he's the only one there.
Yeah, he's like the only one. Oh, it's like, yeah. He's like, but I mean, like, police start arriving. He's like there standing. People are like, what the fuck is this guy?
Unbothered.
Yeah.
He stands out for sure.
So Roy confessed to each of the murders, describing in detail how he had committed them. According to Roy's confession, he said he did not intend to kill Ms. Gomez, but claimed he tightened the noose and she just died on me.
Well, that's kind of what happens when people can't breathe, you know?
Right.
So crazy how that goes.
Tightened it a little bit and
yeah. I just cut off her airway a little bit and she just died all of a sudden.
Yep. So 2 days before Roy's arrest, a man named John Francis Roche, who was arrested by patrolman Gustave Reniger noticed Roche driving erratically on the wrong side of the road, and so he pulled him over. Roche could not produce a driver's license, and so he was arrested and booked to the closest police station. When asked what was he doing, Roche simply replied, "Just for a pleasant day." I don't know what that means. I don't know. I guess that means he's just out.
Yeah, I'm just out. Just. What are you out for? Just for a pleasant day.
Once in custody, the license plate on the vehicle matched that of a vehicle that was reported stolen. In the trunk of the vehicle, police uncovered a knife and a blood stain on a lead pipe. Now, John Francis Jack Roche was born September 6, 1927, in Port Chester, New York, one of 3 children to Irish immigrant parents. Shortly after his birth, the family moved from Port Chester and settled in New York City. Roche's father, Patrick, was an alcoholic who repeatedly assaulted his wife and at one point attempted suicide. Roche's mother made money by working as a sex worker in an apartment flat or apartment building high rise. So I don't know if that was just her works. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right, but like if that's like where she worked out of consistently.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's giving very much it's very city high. What would you do?
Yes,
it's very struggling. Dad's an alcoholic.
Yep.
Mom's doing what she has to do to make ends meet.
Yep.
Which I now concede of what that means. And it's a tough that's a tough go.
So according to psychology reports, Roche would spend a considerable amount of time in confinement. At age 12, Roche began committing petty crimes, many of which landed him on probation. It's weird how Roy, he got time.
Yeah. But Roche got probation.
Roche got probation.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, man.
Well, I can't tell you. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea why. I mean, I can guess, but I don't have the.
Well, your guess is just as good as mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a racial component?
I would think so. Maybe. Okay. At age 13, he was sent to reformatory school. In his adolescent years, his mother abandoned him, and Roche began escalating his crimes. In 1951, he was detained for armed robbery, for which he was given a short prison term, getting out sometime before July of 1952. Roche might have started his murder spree on July 26 of 1952 when 23-year-old Josephine Brown was strangled to death on a deserted street in Queens. For her murder, police arrested 18-year-old Oliver Freeman, known to police as the Batman. I don't know much on Mr. Oliver Freeman, but that was his nickname. They gave him,
Batman
from the story. And he was convicted for first-degree manslaughter for Josephine Brown's death and was sentenced to 10 to 20 years imprisonment. On August 22nd, 1953, 22-year-old sailor Edward Bates was bludgeoned and stabbed to death in Queens. Not long after police began investigating, Paul A. Pfeffer, a man with a lengthy criminal history, was arrested on August 27th. On November 15th, Roche burglarized an apartment that belonged to 85-year-old Rosa Cronick. Investigators alleged that while he was ransacking the place, Rosa interrupted him.
Ransacking her home.
Right.
I don't think that's the right word to use for that.
Hey, man,
I'm doing my thing. I'm in here doing my thing.
He was there first.
And she comes barging in to her home.
Putting the key in the door, thinking she could just walk in here freely.
Yeah, the nerve.
And in a panic, Roche stabbed her to death and fled. This murder was Roche's first confirmed, and Paul Pfeffer, on the other hand, was convicted of Bates' murder in January of 1954 and was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment. So they were saying that, Pfeffer, they didn't think that Roche killed Bates and Miss Rosa. So
Gotcha.
they pinned it on Pfeffer.
Right.
So Roche did not commit another murder until April 8th of 1954. That day, he stalked 17-year-old Marion Brown through the apartment complex she lived in and where she worked as a waitress. Once in a secluded area of a hallway, Roche attacked Brown and proceeded to rape her. While Brown attempted to scream for help, but Roche eventually killed her and fled. After the murder, Roche got a call from his fiancée, Yolanda Graspo. Graspo explained she was frightened of the news of Brown's murder, so she heard the Brown's murder made it to the media.
Yeah.
And she heard about this.
Made her nervous as a
woman, that a guy's going around, attacking and raping and killing women.
And he's like, I have a feeling that you have nothing to worry about.
Yep.
Something just tells me, I just just call me crazy, but I just think that you can walk the streets freely and not be concerned about this crazy, very powerful, and I would guess handsome killer. I think he won't be any worry for you.
Yep. But unknown to her, Roche was the killer.
Yes.
So she wanted Roche to walk her, to work. Now that she can't be walking around the streets alone, because there's a guy walking out, and he did that, and
it's like the opposite of when Lois Lane is hanging out with Clark Kent, and you're like, Superman's never going to show up.
Yeah,
he could say that confidently.
Yeah,
because he's Superman.
Right, exactly. So Roche agreed to lead Graspo home, and he did, and leaving her unharmed. I mean, that was his fiance. He wasn't going to.
Yeah, I'm not going to let this crazy killer hurt you.
Right, exactly. Man, that's
sick for you to be like sniggling to yourself, like, baby, I got you. You're so. He's trying to get extra brownie points.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm really risking my life out here protecting you, but I would do anything for you, girl.
That's sick, man.
It's me. I'm him. It's me.
Sick. So on April 16th, Roche flagged down a taxi operator by 43-year-old Alexander Jablanka. Once inside, Roche stabbed Jablanka to death with the same knife used to kill Brown, and then he fled. During the period of time after the murder, there was speculation that the murders of Brown and Jablanka were perpetrated by the same person.
Mm-hmm.
Something the Yorkville police denied, saying there was not enough evidence and the news could cause a panic among Yorkville residents.
So keep people in the dark instead.
Yep. On June 2nd, 14-year-old Dorothy Westwater left her apartment for school when Roche approached and forcefully dragged her under a staircase. He proceeded to stab Westwater in the neck, back, and chest a total of 8 times before raping her and shattering her skull with a lead pipe. By the time Westwater was found,
the lead pipe in the trunk,
she was still alive, but in dire condition, having to be rushed to the hospital where she died as a result of her injuries. The series of brutal slayings caused a moral panic among the Yorkville population, with authorities overwhelmed with the string of murders, finally having to admit that there was a link between each of the killings. It was reported that men in the general area of the murders accompanied young girls to protect them from the killer. So now, little younger, which I don't like anyway, but this is a different time. Young women can't be just walking around by themselves in the streets.
But the sick part of that also is there are dudes who are predators who are gonna take advantage of, let me protect you, let me walk you home, let me do this. It's not safe for you to be out here, and it's not safe for you to be with them either.
Right.
So it's like that's not a good alternative either. Like, all these dudes are stepping up to have this excuse to go approach women and ask if they can walk them to their doorstep, and that could be not safe.
Right. Yeah, man. That's still creepy too, though. Like a random guy be like,
hey, it's not safe out here for you. Yeah. To bring that to your attention, like, it's dangerous. You could get murdered out here. Can I walk beside you?
Like, no.
Oh, I can't walk beside you, bitch. It's like, we've seen that a ton.
Yeah, man. So on June 5th, 1954, Roche was arrested by patrolman Gustave Reniger. And Reniger noticed Roche driving erratically on the wrong side of the road. Again, I just mentioned this before I started, kind of getting to his story. And Gustave pulled him over. Roche could not produce a driver's license, and so he was arrested and booked. When asked what was he doing, again, he simply replied, just for a pleasant day.
Just for a pleasant day. Yep. Just a pleasant day.
Once in custody, the license plate on the vehicle matched that of a vehicle that was reportedly stolen. In the trunk of the vehicle, police uncovered a knife and a blood stain on a lead pipe that I mentioned earlier, which investigators... So Roche was interrogated and confessed to the total of 6 murders, including those of Edward Bates and Josephine Brown.
Yeah, that's a crazy sentence.
Like
2 before. 2 before.
Yeah.
Like 2 previous.
Well,
2 previous.
It's supposed to be days. It's supposed to be days.
Oh, okay.
Because the article I read, it said 2 days before Norman Roy was arrested, and then the other one said 2 days after Roche was arrested. And I was like, what? So I just went with 2 days before Roche was arrested.
Got it.
So 2 days before Roche's arrest, an 18-year-old boy 2 days before Roche's arrest, an 18-year-old black boy named Norman Roy was arrested in New York City for the murder of his neighbor, who was a 66-year-old Isidore Gomez. And Roy eventually confessed to the 3 murders that dated back to January of 1954. Since 2 of Roche's murder confessions involved the conviction of 2 people, an outcry of public support for both Oliver Freeman and Paul Pfeffer to stand a retrial. Queens County District Attorney Vincent Queen stated, however, that Roche's confessions were without basis in fact, and said 4 out of the 6 murders he confessed to held actual truth. Despite this, a retrial of Pfeffer was granted, but Roche was due to stand trial for the murder of Dorothy Westwater first. So they kind of wanted to get that case out of the way first before they went back and try to see if, because he wanted a retrial. So he was like, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So during the trial, Roche did not deny his guilt, claiming he did not want to live out the rest of his prison. Roche did not deny his guilt, claiming he did not want to live out the rest of his days in prison and wanted to die.
Mm-hmm. So they went with the case with the most evidence first.
Yes. Because they can pin that on him.
Yeah. And he's not even arguing. So
right. He also claimed he was sorry for killing Westwater. This part was crazy. Claiming that he thought that she was 18 when he attacked her.
What? Why does that matter?
But was upset that when he learned that she was 14 years old. So he was saying, I'm sorry, but if I'd have known she was 14 years old,
I wouldn't have attacked her.
I wouldn't have attacked her.
That's that shit we talk about where that's his twisted moral compass that we'll never be able to understand.
Nah,
in his mind, he goes, I'm not a fucking pedophile.
I'm not a sick dude.
Yeah, like I wouldn't kill a child. I thought she was legal. And that's why I killed her. When I found out she was only 14, it fucking broke my heart. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I would never do that.
But to say that in court.
Yeah. And think that that's like a logical
families.
Yeah.
That's grieving to be like, hey, this wouldn't, if she was 18,
she'd be alive.
She's up to, not even that.
Yeah.
If she was 18, to me, what he said to me, it was like, well, if she was 18, it's a go. I mean, like, you're right. Yes. What he's saying is, I'm wrong. Yes.
Because she was 14.
Yeah. She was off limits.
Hey, man, I'm not even going to fight this because you know what? I did something wrong.
Yeah.
If she was 18, that'd be a different story. I might be even saying I'm not guilty. But she's 14. That's my bad.
That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. For him to be like, oh, if she was 18, hey, she's, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. If she's 18, it's fair game.
She's up for grabs.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
14, that's my B. That's my B.
That's crazy.
And hey, throw the book at me. Hey, put the cuffs on me. I'm wrong.
I deserve it. So Roche's attorney, James Morey, compared Roche's mind to scrambled eggs, saying his client was insane. And Roche stated he would rather be executed than to be sent to a mental hospital.
Oh, well.
So Roche expressed remorse, expressed some remorse over Westwater's murder due to her age, saying, I'm sorry, she was only 14. I thought she was 18.
Wow.
Roche was convicted of first-degree murder. The jury did not recommend mercy, making a death sentence mandatory. His execution was scheduled for August 24th of 1955. However, Roche was unable to be executed that day due to testify at the retrial of Paul Pfeffer. Before the trial,
because he had to testify. Because he had to testify.
I think he just had to wait. Because I think they was going to do was they're doing the retrial with Pfeffer. Because if they said okay, Pfeffer was innocent,
right?
They was probably going to add it on to Roche,
right? So
I think they just waited.
Let that settle so we can get all the charges settled and charge you properly.
Give him 400 years. In execution, whatever. So before the trial, Pfeffer was convicted of a separate homicide, that of Mellon Bird, and assault on Harry Meyer, for which he was sentenced to life in prison. So he got it. Yeah. He probably thought he was getting off.
No escaping.
They found.
They're like, damn, you found that.
I did, dude. I did not.
Yeah, damn. I guess I should call my girlfriend and tell her don't come pick me up. He's ready.
Man.
She had the clothes in the car. She about to
go on
walk down the
vacation.
steps with your arms up like Rocky.
He thought. So in January of 1956, the charge against Pfeffer for Bates' murder was dismissed. So, but he didn't get that one. I guess he can.
Good for him, I guess.
He didn't get that pin on him, I guess. So the two cases, which occurred in close proximity to one another, were compared to each other by the press and the media on a daily basis. And I didn't do this on purpose, but this kind of played into the episode we kind of talked about today.
Yeah.
When there's a black guy and a white guy.
Yes.
And they were compared. I don't know how they were compared.
The media narrative.
Yes. I don't know how they were compared in the media in 1950.
I can guess.
But we can guess.
We can guess. Savage, brutal, murdering animal compared to like cunning, cat-like, stealthy, ingenious prowler who uses his mind to subdue and seduce women.
Yeah.
Where the black dude's like monster, which is, it's all bad. My whole point is like, that's one thing I never want to get misconstrued. That I'm like, why aren't they talking about black serial killers like they're smart? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they're all fucking pieces of shit monsters. But this idea that Ted Bundy or this guy Roche, I'm sure, obviously in this case, we're speculating, but I don't think I'm wrong in how the media was portraying them. If one's white, one's black, and their crimes were similar, I'm guessing one is coming across more cunning and uncatchable compared to an animal, a brutal monster animal, not human, shit like that. Whereas Ted Bundy, like I said, Ted Bundy is portrayed as this genius, this suave, handsome.
They want to sugarcoat it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
they want to make it sound all nice.
Yeah, and
this dude murdered people.
Yes.
Brutally murdered people. Y'all want to make it sound like
I mean, if he wasn't a killer, he probably could be in MIT right now, building rocket ships. It's like, what?
Like, this man's murdered.
This guy's a murderer. You're like, I mean, honestly, he looks like a guy you'd want to get a beer with.
No, I don't. Not at all. So in a jailhouse interview with his sister, Roy denied making a confession, stating, they found my pants in the hallway. While awaiting trial, Roy was not eligible for bond. So I think during the interview they did, I guess he was just saying like, I don't know, I didn't do it, I guess.
Yeah, they just found my pants.
On February 4th of 1955, Roy was convicted of first-degree murder and the death of Gomez. The jury did not recommend mercy, making a death sentence mandatory. Roy was formally sentenced to death on March 5th, 1955. While awaiting execution, Roy received no visitors, but turned to religion. After 10 months on death row, on January 9th, after 10 months on death row, on January 19th of 1956, Roy was executed by electric chair in Sing Sing prison. His last meal consisted of roast chicken and steak.
Ooh.
And Roy had no last words.
Roast chicken and steak.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds like a good last
Surf and Bird? That's a new one.
Yeah.
I heard of Surf and Turf, but I
Wait, how's it surf?
Oh, it's not. It's Turf and Bird. Oh, yeah, no.
Turf and Bird.
Turf and Bird? Yeah, Turf and Bird. That's a new one. You're right. It's not Surf and Bird. That would be good too.
Wait, no. So what is it?
Turf is the beef.
I thought surf is the
fish.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. So it's Turf and Bird.
Turf and Bird.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of dry. Chicken and steak is I mean, it had to be really well prepared, and it's a jail. So
it's probably like a sandwich.
Yeah, it is a chicken sandwich and a Salisbury steak.
Ugh. That sounds gross.
Yes.
It's
bird.
Wait, that's not still steak, is it?
Salisbury steak?
Yeah.
It's meatloaf.
So why is it? It's not steak though.
That's poor people just trying to judge some shit up. I've been there. Sometimes that's Salisbury steak.
Oh no, the banquet TV dinners. You know about those?
Man. Oh yeah, come on, man. A little hot applesauce.
That's not banquet.
Oh, that's not.
That's
like
a
Hungry Man or something. Huh?
No, that's like the. That was like the kids.
Oh, okay, yeah. But
we had the little
kid cuisine.
It was like a little penguin.
Yeah, I done fucked up a couple of those. Little burnt brownie. Salisbury steak, man. It's just meatloaf.
No, that's crazy.
I was eating those way past when
they was fire.
I was not a kid when I was eating some applesauce that had been microwaved in a TV dinner.
Hey man, your bouginess didn't kick in till late. So
I was a late bloomer on the bougie train.
I respect that. But turf and bird.
Yeah, turf and bird is crazy.
Turf and bird.
Last meal, you don't want some roughage, some greens or something? No, all meat.
I don't want no fucking vegetables.
It's my last meal. I want steak, chicken, lamb chops. Like, man, you're gonna have to shit. Like, I don't care. That's somebody else's problem.
I'm gone. But I mean, like, so did they put a limit on what you can order?
I hope not, because I would just try to eat forever.
Man,
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm still eating cold fries and melted ice cream. Like, I'm still eating it.
I'm not done my food, man.
It's my last meal. No, I'm going out. Fill me to the gills.
Throwing up.
Yeah, I'm. Oh no! They're electrocuting, throwing up. Everyone's getting electrocuted. Projectile vomiting on the screen, the windshield thing. Yeah.
I don't know. This is a black man, so that chicken probably wasn't that good.
No.
Probably wasn't Salisbury steak.
No, yeah, it probably was Salisbury steak. I tell you one thing I know for certain: if it says steak on there, it was from Salisbury.
It's Salisbury. Wait,
that's one thing I can guarantee that.
What do you mean it's from Salisbury?
Salisbury steak.
No, but where is it? What's the name come from?
Salisbury, Maryland. Salisbury, Maryland.
Is it?
Salisbury University.
No,
school.
You lie.
I don't know. Possibly. Why not? Maybe. Doesn't it seem like it would come from some place like that? It's college dorm. Some kid in the college dorm made some Salisbury steak.
Salisbury University.
Yeah, you know, I'm low on money. I'm a college student. I don't got money for real steak. We made some Salisbury steak.
Salisbury steak is delicious. I haven't had it in like a decade, but it's delicious.
It's in your mind. It's delicious. Just like Sunny D is. Let somebody slide a Salisbury steak in front of you right now. You see if you go crazy.
Well cooked, nice Salisbury steak.
What does that mean?
Like, I mean, like it got some. What
does that mean?
It got a little leaf on top of it. Some garnish.
It's crazy. Garnishing the Salisbury steak is sick. That's crazy.
Nice
you eat the Salisbury steak over a candlelight dinner with the candelabra with the three candles and light them, and you tuck your napkin into your shirt and eat a Salisbury steak.
Yeah, it's got those nice garnish on there.
Got some classical music playing.
You got the gravy on just a half of it. So we'll spill it into the mashed potatoes.
Just right. Got some classical music playing. You're like, got your glass of wine with some ice cubes in it.
If I'm going out, man, I'm going out.
It's like you eating the Salisbury steak with a knife and a fork. And then you stab it with a fork, but you eat it. The fork is twisted the other way.
It's a sick individual there.
This is a sick guy. That's a good year. You're like saying shit about the Salisbury steak is crazy. Well prepared. My compliments to the chef.
You tuck your napkin in.
Tell you the Salisbury steak? Yeah, especially if it's Salisbury steak.
That's wild.
Like, I feel like I'm in Salisbury right now. It's taking me there.
Oh, so on January 26, 1956, Roche was finally executed at Sing Sing prison.
Mm-hmm.
They were
executed in the same prison.
At the same prison.
Oh wow.
And again, Roche was the 19th. Roy was the 19th. Roche was the 26th.
Okay. Oh, of the same in the same month.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. So Roche was executed in Sing Sing prison by electric chair. His last meal consisted of fried chicken, French fries, potato. Now, I don't know if
French fries and potato.
I don't know if Roy was like, "Can I get?" And they went, "No." To me, I go, he was a black man, and he was like, "Man, that's all you get. That's it." Roche got fried chicken, French fries, potatoes, tomato salad.
Wait, is this the white guy?
Yeah. Strawberry shortcake, rolls, ice cream, coffee, and cigarettes.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that dude was just unimaginative and was like, "Can I get some chicken and some steak?" He got cigarettes. You can't eat cigarettes. That was just for pleasure.
You got to smoke, ice cream, dessert.
You got to take a smoke break mid last meal.
It's hard for me to believe that his last meal he went
strawberry shortcake.
I just want some
2 meats.
Nah, man. He got sides, rolls.
This white man asking for fried chicken with herbs and spices on it.
He did it on purpose.
Yeah, like
cigarettes. Got a nice cup of Joe.
Yeah, coffee and cigarettes.
So Roche, he had no last words.
Okay, that's similar too.
Yeah, Roche met with a chaplain in the hours before he was put to death. Before his execution, Roche said he hadn't killed Bates. That was the one that Pfeffer got, that was dismissed.
Sure.
Pfeffer, who was serving time for the murder of Melon Bird, was paroled on November 27th of 1972. So he was just saying that, I guess he was just like, he felt bad. He had sympathy for him because they had similar lives, I guess, similar upbringings. I don't know.
I guess so.
I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
But in this story, this double story that I did this episode, kind of wanted to bring up some similarities. Why? Because one of them got caught during the time the other one got caught.
Okay.
So both men started committing crimes at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Both escalated to stalking, then murdering innocent females.
Yes.
In the same area, which is what I looked up, which is more common than people think.
What, the two people could be actively killing
especially
in the same area?
Especially in big cities like LA, and New York, cities like that.
There were so many serial killers active around the same time in the 1970s in LA.
Yes. And I thought about that. I said, damn, those are big cities. Those are huge cities. But I didn't think about that, like, 2 at one time. It's just wild to me.
People are going to go where traffic is.
Yeah.
Killers are going to go where the people are. Yeah. So if people go to cities and killers want to kill people, and people are in cities and, bunched together, that's where you're going to find a lot of killers there.
Yep. So they was, murdering innocent females in their area, which is almost kind of the same area. Both being caught around the same time, not while committing the crimes they were charged for, but for other reasons.
Right.
But then being connected to murders once they were
right, and then being able to put the dots together, they were both active at the same time. Yep. That's terrifying.
Yes. So another interesting thought that I had was that the men, one was black and one was white, committed the same type of crime, but shockingly got the same jail time, which was shocking to me. I go like,
there's no wiggle room for these crimes,
right? But still though,
like if it was robbery, then you go, then that's where the judgment of the jury and the judge are being like, I see something redeemable in you, but murder is murder,
right? But I mean, you can give this. They could have gave
one the death
life
penalty
in prison.
You're right.
Whatever it is, but
they both got the death
from
penalty.
when the stories we do and just through our history. The black man usually gets the shorter end of the stick.
Sure,
but in this case,
for similar
crimes, right? Doesn't matter. I'm not putting it in the box for it to be. I'm talking about just in general.
Yeah,
when both races get charged for the same thing, the black guy usually gets the worst end of it. So again, to me, that was shocking that they both got the same jail sentence, and which was by death by electric chair, which most times, like again, throughout history, the black man gets the worst part of it. So being charged for their crimes and being executed in the same prison, 7 days apart. Most likely the same electric chair is just wild to me.
Oh, definitely the same electric chair.
It's wild to me.
Yeah, definitely the same electric
chair.
But
I just thought it was interesting that Roy was in the same area, was caught doing whatever, and then a couple of days later, Roche got caught, but they didn't get caught for
what in the act.
And in the act, they didn't get caught. And Roy was just. He couldn't resist being around whatever
crackers and fucking
staying. And then Roche was just driving a stolen vehicle and couldn't come up with an ID. And then they was like, I just can't even imagine an investigator or a police officer pulling this guy out. Just it's innocent, just like
regular routine traffic stop.
Yes, and then like
caught a fucking six person killer.
Yeah.
What's also interesting is that Roche was with his fiance. In his mind, I'm protecting you. But like not really because it's me.
Yeah.
But like there was another active serial killer.
Yeah.
Was out there, and what would have been crazy is if he was like, "You're fine, don't worry about it, you're safe," and then Roy kills his fiance. That would have been wild,
Wild.
know?
Yeah. That'd have been wild. But I did the Roy story initially, and then when Roche came up, because they brought up like the time differences and him being caught. By them being in the same area and him being caught right after, and then them being charged and put to death in the same week, damn near, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That was
speedy.
Yeah, but you can't there's no YouTube videos that I could find of information. It's all just newspapers and shit like that. But the newspaper articles, again, I love reading those. Those are pretty interesting to kind of see what was going on around this time that was happening.
Yeah.
Just panic, and then women just like, I can't.
Not safe.
It's not safe.
Yeah, people not going to work probably.
Yeah, man. I just thought it was interesting. I was like, let me just do I can blend these two stories together and kind of do one story, kind of like a 2-for-1 type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I did these two stories. But I just thought it was interesting that a black and white man was committing the same crimes in the same area.
Yeah.
And they got the same time. At the same time and got the same exact sentence.
And got killed a week apart.
Yeah, man.
At the same prison.
Yeah.
In the same electric chair for sure.
For sure, man. For sure. Norman Roy, John Francis Roche. I'm going to die on the hill that Roy.
They didn't give him all the food. They didn't give him the full menu.
They didn't give my man the full menu, man.
He was looking up from hell like, you can get strawberry shortcake?
Yeah, they did him dirty.
Is he smoking a cigarette?
They did him dirty, man. He's like, no, you going to get the
the two meats. Yeah, you can get the turf and bird special.
And you can go to hell.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get the buck and cluck special.
The buck.
You can get the buck and cluck special and ride that lightning horse to hell, you monkey. And you're like, damn. Fucking. Meanwhile, this guy's like, so you want some coffee? And he's like, yeah, man, let me get some cigarettes too. Let me get some strawberry shortcake and some of that KFC.
So you want to try the Salisbury? I don't want to try no fucking Salisbury steak.
Don't ask me. You don't fucking ask. Hey, listen, don't fucking ask me if I want Salisbury steak again. You get me the fucking special 32 herbs and spices in my fucking jail cell right now. He's smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee. Yeah. Eating fucking crumpet cake.
He got a chicken box straight from Colonel Sanders.
And unthankful for any of it. He's not grateful for any of it.
No.
He's like, man, it took you guys fucking long enough. Yeah. This chicken isn't that crispy. You guys let it sit out too long.
I want my chicken from Colonel Sanders. Where is he? Mm-hmm.
Directly.
I don't think KFC was like, I think he was still like,
yeah, he's like, his recipe around. I want that local spot. What's that local spot? Colonel Sanders Chicken Shack.
I think he was still.
He didn't go mainstream yet.
He was still shopping his recipe.
He didn't franchise yet. I want that home style from that one place on 32nd Street, the Colonel's Chicken Emporium. I want that. I don't want any of that fucking commercial shit, fast food chicken. I want local home fresh chicken, fresh bird.
Yeah,
I want the Colonel.
Yeah, I want from the Colonel, fresh from the slave. Slaves was making chicken. No, he was racist, right?
Yeah. For sure, this guy's racist. I don't know for sure, but I'm just gonna guess he was racist.
I'm sure.
Oh, you talking about the Colonel Sanders?
Colonel Sanders, yeah.
Oh, look at him. Yeah, Colonel Sanders is racist as shit, man. You can't grow facial hair like that and not say the N word. Anybody with their handle, the beeswax is in their mustache twisted up, is there a villain?
Beeswax?
Yeah, you put the the points of your mustache is just villainous. Yeah, you know the Colonel was racist as shit, man.
Yeah, man. But that's
they're like, boss, my hand is I don't give a damn. You batter that chicken. Oh my god. Sounding like Foghorn Leghorn.
Everything says all in caps.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, the Colonel Sanders is racist as shit. Those poor people fucking making fantastic food, making those herbs with the garlic salt and all that shit. And he's like, I tell you what, you better batter that chicken.
Hey, man,
and then he goes out and smiles at people and is like, here's this chicken I fried myself with my own hands.
This should be part of history.
What? The racism of Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
No, we got to expose this, bro.
Yeah, man.
We got to expose this motherfucker, bro. If you wear a white suit, I can't trust you.
Nah, all white is
all
crazy.
White. The all white suit. I'll tell you what, I tell you how I know he didn't cook that chicken. He would be smattered in grease.
Yeah.
All white suit.
Man.
Clean. Racist.
Built off
the idea that white man's face is on the big sign of 13 herbs and spices of chicken. He didn't make those.
Do you eat KFC?
No.
I don't eat KFC.
It's not crispy. I like my chin. My chin. I like my chin crispy.
Your chin.
I like my chicken crispy, and KFC is soggy skin.
Yeah,
it's well seasoned.
It is well seasoned.
Listen,
it is.
Listen, I don't know who put the herbs and
white man.
Together.
That's for damn sure. Not by an all white man.
All white man in all white suit?
No,
an all white man in all white suit didn't formulate those herbs and spices.
Not like that.
No, that shit. Listen, I don't like that it's not crispy, but when you bite into that chicken skin, man, is it seasoned?
You can taste the racism in that
chicken. Man, oh my God, man, you can really taste that this is hard. You can taste the sweat and like the fear of like, we better get this recipe right.
Yeah.
Because something's bad is gonna
whipped
happen.
All
yeah, no,
you get all.
You can really taste that in the Colonel's recipe.
That's why black people eat. I don't eat KFC. I just
Popeyes is listen. If we're gonna let's just get fucking let's just go into it. Let's make this. This is gonna be the blackest podcast we've done. Are we about to have a chicken discussion?
It might be, man.
No, man, it's not. But everybody can eat chicken. But this is I feel it's
delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. Everybody should eat fried chicken. But no, Popeyes and the Colonel. If the Colonel was crispy like Popeyes, if they were to somehow marry and do one thing, untouchable.
Yeah.
I need to hear that.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have that, I don't want it.
I don't know, man.
KFC it's so greasy. It almost tastes like baked chicken, but the seasoning is delicious, crazy.
Though. You say that part for last though. That top part of that's the skin.
Yeah, you can put that to the side.
You did that too?
Yeah.
I thought I was
no, that's a palate cleanse. I want to finish off with. I want to get all the.
I thought I was only when I did that.
No, you gotta save some chicken skin from the KFC to the end because once everything's done, you go one more like, let me get that.
Yep. Yeah, man.
You get all this.
That last little piece of chicken, you wrap it up in the skin.
Oh, now you're getting credit. Now you're talking my language. No, you think I won't make a chicken skin taco with like some chicken meat, some mashed potatoes, some gravy, and just fucking like a deviled egg, and just fucking ingest that whole slab of chicken concoction?
I'll do that.
All right, I lost you.
Yeah, man.
All right, that's fine.
This man,
you're not making chicken skin tacos? I guess it's just me. All right, whatever. All right, fine. Oh man, Alvin's crossed the line. He got too crazy with his KFC. Just eat the food, whatever, man. Don't judge me.
The last piece of chicken you got in the skin, and you eat it. Throw some ketchup. And then
ketchup.
Yeah.
Grow up.
You eat ketchup. What's wrong with that,
man? What are you talking? Nah, I don't. You lost me. Now you lost me.
You don't eat.
No, don't even finish. The answer is no, I don't. Do I dip my chicken in ketchup?
You're
a sick guy, man.
You're not gonna leave me hanging.
He's got like a pile of ketchup. He's dipping chicken in it. Oh, that's sick.
You ain't ketchup. You're not gonna leave me hanging. No, we're gonna cover this. You don't eat. Oh, man. You don't eat. No, ketchup with chicken.
KFC to me is like it's like family dinner and Popeyes. You eat mashed potatoes, red beans, and rice, and you don't eat ketchup on the chicken.
I didn't say you put ketchup on the chicken.
That's what you just. That's
you
not
put it on the side.
Didn't dip it.
You dip it in there.
Nah, that's great.
Nah, I'm the only one that. All right, man.
If maybe listen, you might have a whole. It might be others out there that hear this, and this is their call. You guys can all form a team and an alliance.
So you just eat dry chicken.
Well, it's not. If it's not, I know I'm not eating dry chicken.
So what are you dipping?
It's juicy and delicious. What do you mean?
Nah, I'm not believing that. All right, man. But like, if they came together, make a nice little chicken breast, it would be delicious with a Popeyes biscuit.
Oh yeah.
I'm in.
We're getting crazy.
I'm in.
That's getting crazy, man. This is making me hungry, and a little bit ashamed that we're going this passionately about chicken wars. Brought chicken wars back around.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's getting watermelon, man.
All right, man. This has been a great episode. Hey, also, folks, like I said, we're changing it up a bit. So, this week instead of good vibes, I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Hey, Fran. Hey, what's something you're thankful for this week? Man?
Thankful for this week. We did a little mini vacay with the kids and the fam because the kids are on spring break.
Yes. What was the name of the place?
We went to American Dream Mall
in New Jersey. Which is the second biggest mall behind the Mall of America. Man, if anybody have kids and it's near, you can drive a nice. From here, what was the drive?
It was like 2.5 hours.
Okay, that's not crazy.
45 minutes.
That's
not crazy. Take a nice little trip to.
And you did like a overnight.
Overnight.
It's not just like going to the mall to get a shirt.
No, we stayed in the hotel. Yeah, we made a little day. I had like a day off, so we went the night before and we spent the whole day down there. Came back the last night. But I'm thankful for, and this whenever you have kids, you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm thankful for when you take kids or my kids out, and at the end of the day, you go, "Did you have a good time?" They go, "Yeah, it's the best day ever."
Yeah,
I feel
like you did your job.
I feel like I did my job, but that's a feeling that you don't get until you're a father, right?
Got it.
And I'm grateful for that because I don't want to get too dark, but it's just like stuff that's been happening, people kind of lose those moments.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to get those moments and to kind of cherish those.
Appreciate them.
Because also we went to Rainforest Cafe. They don't have here. Ooh. And I haven't been there since I was a kid.
Never been.
You never been. When you have kids and you do stuff, you get excited for stuff like that. Because I haven't been here in years. You get little cups, and then I forgot they do this little like thunderstorm.
I've heard of it.
Man, they loved it, man. Oh, it was. I'm thankful for just those moments, seeing the smiles on their faces that they had a great time. Nothing beats that, man. So I'm grateful for that.
That's beautiful. Yeah, my dad was supposed to take me to Rainforest Cafe when I was like 5 years old.
Damn.
But I took some chicken and I wrapped it in the cheese from a mozzarella stick, and I got incredibly sick. And so when he came to pick me up, I was like, I think I have food poisoning. And they was like, all right, well, we're still going.
Oh.
Car full of everybody. I was like, I think they had a great night.
What do you mean?
I couldn't go. I was sick.
I thought you
like
was,
before,
got you.
like the earlier in the day, I tried to get adventurous with some food, and I was like, maybe chicken and cheese would
That's crazy.
I set it off in a way that people have never really comprehended. And I was bedridden.
You still do that?
I'm a culinary experimenter for sure.
Why is that?
I just feel like, we have not reached the limits of potential of food. And I feel like sometimes people think this combination and that combination, no, that would be nasty. And I like to go, well, let's know for sure. And sometimes I'm right.
But most times you're not right.
Most of the times I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Most of the times I'm wrong and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But sometimes
I think you tried to make buffalo chicken from Chick-fil-A.
That was
It was good?
That was delicious.
It was.
I made buffalo chicken mac and cheese. And I didn't invent that or anything like that, but I didn't do it because I saw it somewhere. I just was
okay.
I was like, let me take some buffalo packs, some chicken nuggets, and some macaroni and cheese, put it all in one thing, mix it up in a bowl.
So you saw somebody do that?
No, I'm saying I didn't.
You did it.
But it was a thing. I'm just saying I didn't do it because I saw. Here's the thing. You ever have an idea that you're like, I had the idea.
Yeah.
It just wasn't an original idea.
Yeah.
I wasn't inspired by anybody to do it, but I didn't create it either, obviously.
Right.
But I didn't see it. I was just like in line. I was like, let me get this.
But nobody does it from the food from Chick-fil-A though.
People do it. I'm telling you, man. We're out there. Culinary experimenters are out there. We're pushing the thresholds. We're taking this sandwich, open it up. How do you think the McGangbang got invented? Some passive dude like you eating his chicken with ketchup? No. A dude like me that's like, let's fucking take this to the next level.
And that's how you get sick.
Yeah, and sometimes you miss out on opportunities. Sometimes you can't go to Rainforest Cafe with your dad who you don't have a great relationship, and it would have been nice to just have a beautiful moment with your dad.
That probably could have been
a memory. Would have been a great memory to have.
And you effed it up.
And
that was your fault.
I was being a culinary experimenter. And you know something? Fortune favors the bold. I don't regret it at all. I don't regret it at all. And now I know as an adult, hey man, chicken and cheese, it's not for me.
But you still missed that Rainforest experience.
You're right. Never been to one.
You should go.
Closed down months after I was sick.
It was gone.
Months after I was like,
It was gone.
I think I'll make it sadder and go. My dad came in and went, it's okay, buddy. We'll go next time.
And
then they closed that motherfucker down and just left the whole state. Well, sorry, man. Well, we had a great time. They still got pictures hanging up.
Oh, man.
They took pictures with the gorillas. Yeah. But beautiful memory. And like, man, I just didn't get
cool cups.
Yeah. Oh man. Still drinking from them to this day. Always comes up and like, man, remember we went to Rainforest? Oh, you weren't there.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Well, we had a blast. It was fun.
Yeah. But what about you, man?
Grateful for. I would say I'm grateful this week. I'm grateful for mistakes.
Okay.
Because they're the best teacher.
Yes.
And I've made mistakes in my life that have taught me lessons, that have put me in positions in my life today that I wouldn't change for anything. So, mistakes, like I said, they're the greatest teacher. So you got to be grateful for mistakes and appreciate the lessons that you learn to make you be able to go right instead of going left the next time you are faced with something like that.
Yeah.
So I would say this week I'm grateful for mistakes because, you learn a lot from them.
It's a good learning experience, yes.
For sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it. This is this has been another episode of Affirmative Murder. I've been Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Fran and Alvin. And we'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.